Emery's stock has certainly risen in the past 3 seasons, winning the Europa League on each occasion with Sevilla. Had a good reputation even prior to that when he was in charge at Valencia. Took them to a couple of third-place finishes in La Liga. But no doubt he's stepped up with Paris Saint-Germain. They expect big things of him. Llorente. Odegaard. Odegaard, one of 2 17-year-olds at Real Madrid that have gone out on the pitch here. The other one is the left-back Ashraf. Of course, talking about Real Madrid youngsters reminds us of the ban that they picked up from FIFA for signing underage players. They fell foul of the rules and took a ban for a couple of transfer windows. Similar situation that befell Barcelona and indeed the other big club in Spain, Atletico Madrid. Here's Cavani running free here and get the shot away. Eventually blocked by Reinhardt.
When you consider that the scouting systems of these clubs now, they scour the world for their talent, and it looks as if Real Madrid, okay, they might have had this ban, but they've managed to bring in some real top-class young players.
The left-back Ashraf, incidentally, was one of the players mentioned in that investigation by FIFA. No problems there for Kevin Trapp as Asensio trying to keep the shot down.
Yeah, he's just leaning back, can't keep it down, but confident enough to have the shot.
Well, they think highly of him. Marco Asensio, who had that loan spell at Espanyol last season, played a lot of games. Will have to step up at least 2 levels to get into Zidane's thinking for a first-team place when the big boys are back.
Just wondering if Emery will make any other changes, or he keeps as many out there as he can as a test of their fitnesses, apart from anything else.
Just as you were talking there, Alan, it looks like there's a number of players getting stripped and ready for Paris Saint-Germain. We might have 3 or 4 substitutions for them simultaneously in a moment or two. And as we head towards the final quarter of the game here, the International Champions Cup of 2016, the competition in its 4th year. This game being played at the Ohio State Stadium in Columbus, Ohio, and a crowd of 80,000 plus in here to watch it. Excellent first half. Some terrific football from PSG. The entirely changed Real Madrid team of young players performed very well so far in this second half. There's been no addition to the scoreline. Here's Munier. And Cavani! Frustration that he couldn't hit the target.
No, it's a great shot. You see what he wanted to do. It's a great run. He goes across the centre back and he just wants to whip it into that far post. And the frustration, it's about the 3rd attempt he's at now, and it's inches wide. But the frustration is when he kicks that ball away.
That was a really good chance. So Hatem Ben Arfa, the Brazilian ex-Barcelona player Maxwell, and Alec Jorgen, 17-year-old, are going to be the 3 players coming on for Paris Saint-Germain. Maxwell, who is a veteran of 3 Clásicos against Real Madrid in his Barcelona days. Georgian has come through the ranks at PSG. Free transfer from Nice this summer. Scored 18 goals for Nice last season. Ben Arthur. Llorente, Odegaard.
I think when you look at these substitutions, and you know, I think Real Madrid making the 11 changes in one go, at least there's not so much disruption to the team when you're making 2, then you make 3, and then another 2 comes on, and you know, it mucks up the whole game really. And I think that Henry there making a couple at half time, now 3. I hope that's the end of it for
Lionheart, probably detect from his surname, he's not very Spanish, is it? He's actually Austrian, Philip Lionheart. He's wearing 34 for Real Madrid, and as one of the centre-backs. Real Madrid picked him up in 2014 from Rapid Vienna. Llorente. Carvajal swoops it forward early for Martin Odegaard. There's Caligari, who's getting some very good minutes under Unai Emery in this international Champions Cup.
I think that he's played the position very well. Holding midfield player, just dropping into that back 4, allowing the centre backs to spread out. Very comfortable on the ball.
Only 18, Lorenzo Caligari. Just getting news of the official attendance here at the Ohio State Stadium. 86,641. Absolutely superb turnout here. And Real Madrid looking to close the gap on Paris Saint-Germain. Mariano marked on again for him. Kevin Trapp not happy that the youngster left a foot in there, but it was certainly there to be attacked, the ball.
Well, I think he is a little bit over-aggressive here. As the ball runs away from him. And Kevin Trapp's clearly got it, but he's carried through and caught his head with his knee. Yeah, no need to go through with that, and I think Kevin Trapp has let him know as well.
Mariano, the number 37 for this young Real Madrid side in the second half, scored a bag full of goals for the B team last season, 27 in 33 games in all competitions. That's what's earned him a trip here to the United States. Good ball from Zidane, so done a few times in the past. Enzo Zidane, who nearly opened up a second goal with the assist. Free kick against Di Maria.
I think it must be invaluable for these youngsters to to be away with the first team squad. He was the foul on Odegaard. But you know, just to be away with the first team, and you know, perhaps it doesn't happen too often. You know, the academy, if you like, will be maybe in one area of the club, and the senior pros will be in another area. They don't perhaps mix, but this will be invaluable to be on a trip for a couple of weeks and be part of it.
And there'll be other clubs watching on, and if they're impressed, maybe make an inquiry to the hierarchy at Real Madrid as to maybe when they can take several of these young players out on loan for this forthcoming season. Still plenty of movement to come in the transfer window.
They look very comfortable, as you'd expect, on the ball, but they're expressing themselves. They're not being overawed at all.
Kimpembe.
That's been a feature of Paris when they're in this defensive third, trying to play their way out. They've done it on numerous occasions. They've took a few gambles as well. It's obviously what Emery wants from them. I think there's more Real Madrid fans in the stadium than perhaps Paris.
I think you'd expect that in terms of the global fan reach, which increases for these big clubs year on year, particularly when they pitch up in this particular competition, which has grown from its original roots where matches were only played in the United States, but now global expansion into Australia, China, and games in Europe as well. It's going to be a card, I think. Referee books Stambouli.
It was a lovely turn, wasn't it? Completely full Stambouli, and another yellow card for Febas. It's a great turn. Now, how old is he? Because he looks very young.
Challenge was on Alex Febas, who's 20. Regular in the Real Madrid B team last season, over 30 appearances. Langhart. Febas. Odegaard. Kimpembe just too strong for him. Now space to work in for Di Maria. Excellent ball in. Just a little too heavy for Georgian, the 17-year-old who's arriving at the far post.
And I think Kimpembe was in there as well. I think he won the ball and gave it to Di Maria and carried on. Not too sure who he's trying to pick out as he's put it in a danger area, but there's two players in there.
There's Mounier. Ben Arthur trying to steal onto the return pass from Di Maria. 10 minutes to go. Games in the International Champions Cup are played to 90 minutes plus stoppage time. There's no extra time in games. If teams are level at the end of normal time, we go straight to penalty shootout. Mounier. Corner earned by Di Maria. And here the local fans going through their traditional chant in this stadium, where they chant the letters of the state we're in, Ohio. Comes from all four corners of the arena. Massive bowl of a stadium, really, the Ohio State. Capacity around 105,000 and close to 87,000 in here to watch Unai Emery's side leading this young Real Madrid team in the second half, still by their advantage in half-time, 3-1.
They've done really well, haven't they, the youngsters? And I think the main reason is that they've matched the intensity and the enthusiasm of Paris in this second half, which the senior players couldn't do.
Yes, Real Madrid started the game with the likes of Rafa Varane and Marcelo, Isco, Casemiro, Morata. A whole host of players with plenty of first-team minutes for Real Madrid last season. In the second half, the B team, the reserves, have more than matched and exceeded the more senior players' first half display, but without anything to show for it yet. Temba. Di Maria trying to release Ben Arfa. Carvajal unable to keep that in. Oh, I wish he could roll back the years and get the boots on again. That left us with great memories. Perhaps not his final act in that World Cup final. Zidane, but what a player.
Absolutely, and I think that to make the progression into a manager as well, I think that it's very rare in some respects when you've been such a great player.
Still rather wet behind the ears in terms of senior coaching role, but already a Champions League win under his belt for Zidane. It'll be all about wrestling the La Liga title away from Barcelona. That competition due to get underway in late August. Just a reminder, the games coming up for these two. Real Madrid face Chelsea this coming Saturday in Michigan. Bayern Munich on August the 3rd. That game will be in New Jersey. Paris Saint-Germain have got the English Premier League champions Leicester City in Carson City on Saturday. And they are further into their pre-season than Real Madrid. This is Real Madrid's first official pre-season game. Third for PSG. Mounier. Lovely cutback. Chance on here. Rather disappointing in the end, but the attack kept alive by Maxwell. Now Zidane. Carried out of possession by Stambouli.
Well, it's been a good game. I think that obviously the second half we've not seen any goals, but I think that first half just shows you, I think that Paris are going to be a force to be reckoned with in this coming season. It's hard to gauge Real Madrid because of the players missing, and as we said, the young side out in the second half. I've been really impressed with Paris Saint-Germain in the two games.
Looks as though it's going to be back-to-back victories for PSG against Real Madrid here tonight, and last weekend against Internazionale of Milan. And 3 successive pre-season victories, having beaten the English Premier League side West Bromwich Albion in their opening match. That game was played in Austria, not part of this competition. Strong defending there from Aurier. Caligari. Not afraid to take responsibilities. He's splitting in between the centre-backs there, the 18-year-old, to get on the ball.
No, and I think that he looks like a dedicated holding midfield player. He's made a few challenges, he's closed players down, and he's comfortable on the ball. He's the sort of player that most teams are looking for.
Here's Caligari again, finding Di Maria. Pemba. Plenty of room here for Caligari.
I don't think Meunier was expecting to come into tonight's game and end up with 2 goals on his debut.
Here's Di Maria, looking to put the gloss on the performance. Paris Saint-Germain. Well, Hatem Ben Arfa had a chance to strike the goal there and didn't take it.
No, I think he was just trying to be a little bit too clever. Ben Arfa should have took the strike early and tried to come inside and lost it completely.
There's a lot of positives for Unai Emery to take out of his first few weeks in charge of Paris Saint-Germain. It's not, of course, all about results, it's about fitness, as they always say in pre-season, but positive results go nicely alongside all that, and the fact that at the weekend a right back scored 2 goals, and tonight a right back has scored 2 goals. Serge Aurier against Inter, and Meunier off the bench here against Real Madrid.
I think the disappointing player would be Cavani, because you could see the frustration that he hasn't scored. He's had a couple of decent opportunities.
Mariano, not talking of decent opportunities, it's a decent effort.
Well, he's took it early, that's why I think he's caught Kevin Trapp a little bit unawares and just off target. But once again, these young players have shown they're not overawed, they're prepared to have shots when they've got a chance.
Here's Di Maria, angles tight. Just couldn't get it above Yunez. He tried the impudent chip. Goalkeeper was alive to it.
Well, I think once again, a little bit